Good day! Welcome back to our math class. Today, we will discuss about subtracting numbers without and with regrouping. But first, let's have our story problem about Bohol. Bohol is one of the many beautiful places to visit in our country. Boholanos are making an effort to save their forests. There are 328 mahogany trees to be planted by different employees from the local government in Bohol. They have already planted 213 trees. How many more trees do they need to plant? Now, let's analyze our story. What is asked in the problem? Okay, very good. How many more trees do they need to plant? How about the facts that are given? We have 328 and 213. Now, what operation are we going to use? Very good. We will use subtraction. For our equation, we will have 328 minus 213 is equal to n. But how do we subtract numbers? Do you have any idea? Okay, so here are the steps in subtracting numbers without regrouping. First is write the numbers in column by aligning the digit with the same place value. Then, subtract the digits from right to left or starting from the ones place value. Now, let's go back to our equation. To solve this, we will use the base 10 blocks and place value chart. Let's start subtracting it from ones place value and so on. Now, we have 8 ones minus or take away 3 ones. How many units are left? Very good. It's 5 ones. So, the answer is 5. Now, let's proceed to the tens place value. We have 2 tens minus or take away 1 10. The answer is 1. Then, the last one is hundreds place. We have 3 hundreds minus or take away 2 hundreds. The answer is 1. Okay, so the answer is 115. So let's try more example. Find the difference. Example number 1. What is the difference between 549 and 325? So our equation will be 549 minus 325. Again, to solve this, we will use the base 10 blocks and place value chart. So let's start subtracting it from ones place value and so on. We have 9 ones minus or take away 5 ones. The answer is 4. Now, let's proceed to tens place value. We have 4 tens minus or take away 2 tens. The answer is 2. Then last one, hundreds place, we have 5 hundreds minus or take away 3 hundreds. The answer is 2. So our answer will be 224. Next example. What is the difference between 7,059 and 5,038? Again, to solve this, we will use the base 10 blocks and place value chart. So let's start subtracting it from ones place value and so on. So we have 9 ones minus or take away 8 ones? The answer is 1. Then, next place value, tens place value, we have 5 tens minus 3 tens. The answer is 2. Very good. Next is hundreds place. We have both 0 in hundreds place. Automatically, our answer will be 0. And the last one is thousands place. We have 7 thousands minus or take away 5 thousands. The answer is 2. So our answer is 2021. Okay? But how about subtracting numbers with regrouping? Do you have any idea how to subtract numbers with regrouping? Okay, so let's see the steps in subtracting numbers with regrouping. First, write the numbers in column by aligning the digit with the same place value. Then, we will subtract the digits from right to left or starting from one's place value. And also, we will regroup if digit in the subtrahend is greater than the digit in minuend. Remember, we will regroup if the digit in the subtrahend is greater than the digit in minuend. Okay? So for our better understanding, let's take a look at this example. What is 814 subtracted by 721? So here are our equation. 814 minus 721. To solve this, we will use the base 10 blocks and place value chart. Again, we'll start it subtracting from one's place value. And so on. So we have 4 ones minus or take away 1 1 is 3. Now, let's proceed to the tens place value. We have 1 10 subtracted by 2 tens. In this case, we cannot subtract 2 tens from 1 10 because 2 tens is greater than 1 10. Therefore, we have to do the regrouping. Since 1 10 is not enough to subtract 2 tens from it, we will have to regroup from the next place value, which is the hundreds. If we will regroup 100 into tens, we will have 10 tens. So, the 8 hundreds now will become 7 hundreds. And the 110 here will now become 11 tenths because again, 100 when regrouped into tens, it will give us 10 tenths plus 110 here, so it now become 11 tenths. Now, 11 tenths is greater than 2 tenths. So, we can already subtract. And 11 tenths minus or take away 2 tenths is 9 tenths. Okay? So, let's proceed now to hundreds. So, we have 7 hundreds minus or take away 7 hundreds. The answer is 0. So, our answer will be 93. Okay? So, next example. What is 1,000 minus 800? So, we have our equation 1,000 minus 800. So, let's start subtracting from one's place value and so on. So, we have 8 ones minus or take away 0 1 is 0. The next is tens place value. We have both 0. So still, the answer is 0. Next is hundreds place. We have 0 hundreds subtracted by 8 hundreds. In this case, again, we cannot subtract 8 hundreds from 0 hundred because 8 hundreds is greater than 0 hundred. Therefore, we have to do regrouping. Since 0 is not enough to subtract 8 hundreds from it, we will have to regroup from the next place value, which is thousands. If we will regroup 1,000 into hundreds, we will have 10 hundreds. So, the 1,000 now will become 0. And the 0 here will become now 10 hundreds because again 1,000 when regrouped into hundreds will give us 10 hundreds plus 0 here, so it now become 10 hundreds. Now 10 hundreds is greater than 8 hundreds, so we can already subtract, and 10 hundreds minus or take away 8 hundreds, the answer is 2 hundreds. And lastly, the thousands place is already 0. So our answer will be 200. Okay? So let's see another example. What is 2,516 minus 1,392? So here are our equation. 2,516 minus 1,392. So let's start subtracting from ones place value and so on. So we have 6 ones minus or take away 2 ones is 4. Next is tens place value. We have 1 tenth subtracted by 9 tenths. In this case, we cannot again subtract 9 tenths from 1 tenth because 9 tenths is greater than 1 tenth. Therefore, we have to do regrouping. Since 1 tenth is not enough to subtract 9 tenths from it, we will have to regroup from the next place value, which is hundreds. If we will regroup 100 into tenths, we will have 10 tenths. So, the 5 hundreds now will become 4 hundreds. And the 1/10 here will now become 11 tenths because again 100 when regrouped into tenths will give us 10 tenths plus this 1 10 here, so it now becomes 11 tenths, and 11 tenths is greater than 9 tenths, so we can already subtract, and 11 tenths minus or take away 9 tenths is 2 tenths. And next is hundreds place. So we have 4 hundreds minus or take away 3 hundreds. The answer is 100. And for the last place value, we have 2,000 minus or take away 1,000. The answer is 1,000. And our answer will be 1,124. Okay? So that's it for today. Thank you for listening.